All right, we're going live.
Wonderful.
Boop, 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 ba-doo, ba-doo, boop, ba-doo. We're going live. Waiting for it to load. There it is. We are live. And I bet you want to see our faces. Yay! Here it goes. I clicked the hide button. Is there a delay? There we go. Boo! It's time for Sunday Skool. Look at Jon in the California sunshine. I'm here in my colorful little room of liveness. Sunday Skool is a show every week where we help you know more about what's happening on school. We take you to school. We school you. That's school with a K. Yay for school. It's a new platform, community-based platform, built around sharing knowledge, education, information, joy. Yes, sharing joy, connecting with other people without being censored by algorithms, without having ads shoved in your face, without never having your posts seen by anyone. Sound familiar? Well, there's a new way, there's a new game, and it is on Skool, and there are actually Skool games. I'm sure you've seen the ads with Alex Hormozy, and you can learn more about that in a previous episode or by reaching out to either one of us. I'm here with Jon Myers again today. We talked to him in episode 5 and learned a lot more about his journey. And today we're here to learn about BREAKFREE Island and everything it has to offer. You get to learn, you get to earn, you get to have fun, you get to have health and wealth. And what's better than that, really? So we've got this new Q4 game. He's gamified it. That's one of the things that makes Skool really special is the gamification. If you're on the Circle app, you'll notice they added that, and some other places are adding that into just to try to make things more fun. And I'm going to let Jon tell you all about the BREAKFREE Island Q4 games that are really enjoying. I'm a captain of a ship called the Monkey Marauders, and if that doesn't pique your interest, I'm sure he's got some more pirate booty in store for you. So take it away, Jon.
What's going on, world? Hi, everybody. If you haven't met me before, my name is Jon Myers. I am from the little teeny tiny state of Rhode Island. I am traveling the beautiful country and world right now, as I did donate all my possessions back in April to begin this journey. I am here in lovely California, thanks to our host, Wendy, who has so graciously put me up while I'm continuing on this journey to build this massive game for us. So what is this game, right, that Wendy just described? Well, BREAKFREE Island is a place that you can come. We have our 3 pillars, health, wealth, and fun. What we understand on BREAKFREE Island is that in order to have what you're looking for in life, you need to find balance, right? A healthy mind plus a healthy body equals a healthy bank account. That's our mathematical equation. So what we've done is we have our 3 paths on the island. We have our, path of wealth, our path of health, or our path of fun. As you go down the classroom, you'll see the various classes specific to that path that you would take. So you'd be able to meet the various teachers in the classroom itself. However, let's break it down for the game. So I've taken it outside of the Skool's gamification side of it, where Skool does have a beautiful leaderboard system and setup. I've used that gamification to allow that for the unlocking of the classes, whereas my gamification for BREAKFREE Island is more about a point structure for doing various activities that will actually impact your real life. So with that being said, we can get started. Wendy, do you want me to share my screen and show my doc? Do you want me to just speak from the cuff? How would you like me to do this?
Do you have that control? I don't know if guests have that control or not.
I don't know.
Do you see the little screen share thing? We're learning.
I see a screen share, yeah.
You should be able to click it, try it. We're going to learn on the fly here.
I have nothing to hide, so I'm going to share my whole screen because, I'm
all right. For folks that don't know what gamification is, it means you're making it fun like a game. Like there's ways you can level up, and it's just literally making it like a game.
Wendy, I'm not able to see what do you
That's
see?
because I have to click this button.
Okay. And I'm saying I'm looking at just a screen. It doesn't show me like our faces. But do you see what I see? Oh yeah, now we got it. Look at all that. Okay. Do you see what I see? All right.
Yeah,
So
I muted it. We don't have this feedback.
Oh, I can turn off my sound. Ready for this? Hold on. Stop sharing. See, look, we're learning, right? When tech goes wrong, we stay strong. So what I'll do is I'll share without sound. So let's get rid of tab audio. Bam.
That, ladies and gentlemen, and other assorted creatures who may be watching, is why you may have experienced some of my live broadcasts where I'm talking about a screen share that isn't sharing because I didn't click the little button. Here we go. Let's try it again. Let's see, do we have feedback? Is there feedback? There is Break-Free Island. Hooray! Good job, Jon.
Awesome. Fantastic. All right. So yeah, when you get to Break-Free Island, again, we're focused on getting fit, boosting your mood, and growing your brand. So a little bit of a backstory about me. I did begin my journey as a young man in education. I started off as a high school Spanish teacher out of college in 2011. So si hablo español también, podemos hablar en español. So I do speak Spanish fluently, as well as I consider myself fluent in ChatGPT, as I spend about 12 to 20 hours a day with AI every day for the last 10 months straight. So with that being said, I've used my skill set in education. I was also an athlete my whole life. I played football growing up. I played football for FSU in Panama against the other Panamanian colleges. I played volleyball as well as ice hockey in Tallahassee. On top of that, I gained my personal training license. I've ran multiple gyms. So I've taken my aspect of the health side of it. And then meanwhile, my degree is Spanish and marketing. I have an honors degree from the Florida State University from 2010. So when I left education to go down a darker path, we can talk about it on another day, or you probably remember from the previous story, I chose business. So, right, I had my own door-to-door office that I was running at 25 while managing a campaign for governor against Gio Raimondo on the Green Party, while also working with someone to develop concentrated solar power, going out and building sustainable homes with Mike Reynolds and the Earthship community. I got to, work with his son, Jonah. So I've got some experience with that. So I've kind of taken my entire life's work and put it into Break-Free Island. This is my Mona Lisa, my Statue of David, my Sistine Chapel. And it's a way to show people how to learn the concept of business through the fun game of play while also losing weight. So although, in the gym my whole life, I decided with this process, I was not going to go to the gym. In fact, I've only stepped foot in the gym once, and that was because my buddy Ryan wanted to work out with me. I literally told him it was going to ruin my whole plan, but whatever, we go have some fun. So with my system here on Break-Free Island, we're actually losing weight through walking and through dancing. Fun fact for those of you that go to the gym, if you're running on a treadmill, constantly and you're not seeing that you're losing weight, the reason being is your body goes into what's called burning carbs versus burning fat. So when you're doing that running, you're working on your cardio and you're working on your carbs. So you're just burning off the energy that you already just was eating. Now, when you're walking at a specific, brisk walk or that slower pace than a jog or a run, you're going to tap into where your fat stores are. So walking on this terrain, right, up and down hills, you're building muscle, as well as burning fat stores. So that's how I've been able to go from almost 200 pounds to I weighed in today at 165 pounds, and I'm consistently between that 9 to 12% body fat, depending on if I decide to eat before bed. And again, if you eat right before bed, what's happening is your body's producing the hormone that it needs to sleep while also producing the energy that it believes it needs to continue because you just ate. So if you're consuming something, then you're telling your body you need to have energy. So what it does is it gets confused, and rather than knowing what to do, it stores it as fat. So that's why when you're eating right before bed, unless it's high in protein like a specific diet, then you are going to be storing that fat. So that's how I notice when I eat before bed and I jump on that scale, my fat content's a little higher.
That was the biggest change for me, was walking and not eating before bed. Two super simple things anybody can do.
Yes, exactly. So I've simplified kind of what we need to do in this various game. So for those of you that don't know, back in January, I published my first book, Bloom Beyond Limits. It's about gardening. I used AI with that. So I didn't want to put my own name because I didn't feel confident in it being like my own creation, even though now I've evolved to realize that it is my own art that I've been working on, and it is something that I'm spending countless hours with. It is my paintbrush and my canvas at the same time. So where others shine with a pencil, or others shine with charcoal, or with chalk, or anything, in the artist realm, I shine with my words and my ability to communicate with AI in order to get some beautiful imagery as well as what I need. So my pen name that I chose was Sylvan Ember. So you will see that name throughout time. That is me. That is my author and my artist name. Again, what we're playing for here on the island, the Pirate's Path to Glory, the quest for the Eternal Embers. So basically what we have here is we have this game set up for quarter form, where you're going to have various tasks that you complete online, which are actually going to impact your life over time. What we teach here on the island is that small compounding wins create monumental changes, right? I've lost almost 40 pounds taking daily walks and dancing throughout my day and drinking my lemonade, bro. Again, the lemonade is the Keep It Simple Students recipe, distilled or filtered water, organic lemon, organic maple syrup or honey. I choose maple syrup because it's friendly for the world, right? Honey doesn't cater to everybody, so we choose the maple syrup. Again, the reason why we're using maple syrup or honey and not sugar or agave. Sugar we already know is bad. Agave has more fructose in it than high fructose corn syrup. Maple syrup is going to be low on the glycemic index, which means it's going to give you that energy that you need to maintain throughout the day versus the sugar spikes that you're used to. So that allows you to eat less, solid food throughout the day, but still having energy that you need. On top of that, you're going to want to add herbal tea, because as you guys may or may not know, herbal tea and lemon water are the two most alkaline-based beverages on the acidity to alkaline scale. When you look at a body, cancer cannot survive in an alkaline-based body. It survives in acidity. Our diets here in America are very much acidic. So we have what's called Bites and Brews on Break Free Island. I've also managed multiple restaurants. I've been, while going to school, I was bartending. While teaching, I was running, managing. So I have a vast knowledge of the restaurant experience, and I'm bringing that to Break Free Island as well. So with that being said, at 5 p.m. Pacific on Skool, you'll notice that every single person across the planet, their ticker checks off. So if you're not familiar with that ticker is, I'll show you right here. So if you can go to anybody's profile, you can see the consistency at how they work. So you guys can see here, this is when I joined Skool. This was my philanthropy family, right? Then we got into some depression here when I lost every last dollar in the stock market in a bad trade. Then you see that I figured out I needed to get back to school, and then I got back to school and I haven't stopped. So right here is right around when we made Break Free Island was formed on 7/11. So Break Free Island is actually only a little over 3 months old. So with that being said, let's get back into our little rule book for you guys so you can see what we have here. So again, right here, this little box, this will change to a gray box at 5 p.m. So at 5 o'clock tonight, this is going to pop up as new, which means the sun is rising on Break Free Island. So we let everybody know that the sun is rising, right? So new school day, that means we're working on the 13th, even though it's, the 12th. So we're actually a day in advance in some of the time zones, which is kind of cool to live in the future. And then on top of that, now we've got our teams. So there are individual captains, much like Wendy, that are being taught branding, business development, and everything through the concept of this game. So each ship represents like an office. Each captain would represent a manager. The specialists underneath would represent the assistant managers or the various categories underneath. And we'll delve into that in a second. I want to talk about the fun stuff, which is how you earn points. So each day you can earn up to 1,000 points towards the Eternal Emberstone. There will be various prizes throughout. I also run my own software, so I have my own CRM, so there'll be access to CRM for winners. There's a lot of fun things that are coming their way for this. And again, you do not have to play our game. So every time someone joins Break Free Island, we do our onboarding on Tuesday. So if you join anytime before that, Monday into Tuesday, typically by that Tuesday morning, you'll get your onboarding kit, which is your Break Free 33 link. That's going to allow you to share what is our main website that I've developed for the entire team. I like to call it the team's fishing pole. So you basically get to use this website with the / your name and any person that joins underneath you, you'll get 33% of that month's revenue. And in fact, with this game, I've actually given away 51% of my company. So the representative that actually invites someone to come hang out with us gets the 33%, and then it works its way up 3%. So like the specialist involved gets a piece of the treasure, the captain will get a piece of the treasure. Wendy actually does not know this is new information that I haven't shared yet. But above Wendy will be the Monkey Marauders LLC. I'll be opening up individual LLCs for each of the captain ships, where 3% of that was going to go into an LLC bank account for them to be able to use on ad spend, prizes, parties, think like the office, the party planning committee. So I wanted to have a fund dedicated to that, so it's not tapping out of them. So they're going to get their own 3% directly into their personal or professional PayPal account, as well as the captains will have a separate PayPal account to use for fun funding. Above that, yes, a little new information.
Fun.
Yes. And then on top of that, we now have Gabby Roth, who is the vice president. She is the reason why I was able to gain the confidence that I needed to rebrand from.
Gabby, shout out to Gabby.
Yeah, shout out to Gabby. Gabby's the reason why I was able to rebrand and like take the confidence. For those of you that don't know, when I asked, my higher self how to make the pain go away after attempting to commit suicide, I was given the directive to make lemonade, just make lemonade. And when I did, I was given my vision, which was bringing the Garden of Eden to Earth. And I needed to figure out how I could do that from the real life perspective. And then on my birthday, I pretty much was like, well, why aren't we doing this here on school? Let's get everything out of my head here. So for what I'm creating in the real world is a sustainable island town where my teachers will be able to live, thrive, and then tourists can come on board, learn the skills that they need, and then go back to their real world, real lives. And on top of that, there's now an additional project, which is being dreamt up and born, which is a sustainable cruise ship. So I am in the works on planning all that stuff out. So we'll talk about that in another episode.
Helping people connect, to helping people have fun and get healthy at the same time, to helping people make money while they're doing it, to an actual ship, to an actual island. You have got plans. You have got it going on, Jon. This is absolutely incredible.
Again, we think in decades, not days. So
Right.
This is my life's work. This is everything. I've poured my whole heart and soul into this. My business, we have BREAKFREE Island. I also have BREAKFREE Systems. I'm a systems guy, right? I've been developing systems for organizations and businesses for a very long time. So now I've just decided I'm going to do this for the Islanders. So my Islanders get all my privy information firsthand. You guys are getting everything from my brain gets provided to them. So let's just talk about the 3-path point system, right? So each day when you log in at 5 p.m. Pacific, it starts the new day. Again, you don't have to play because we have our ships, right? We have the Monkey Marauders as a ship. We have Emerald Horizon, various captains for various brands. So each captain was given the opportunity to pick what they like for a style, a mascot, a ship logo. And this all stems to, if you've read the book The Art of War, they talk about when you're managing a large team or a large army that you need to have signs and symbols, guns and drums and banners and flags. So we've taken that concept from that book and we've applied it to our game system. So now we have our, the island is all about one. We are all, one unified front. However, it is fun to have a little bit of competition. So with that being said, we are using this brand structure to learn about really creating a brand that's gonna create unity, right? So something people can stand behind. That's where the fight song comes in. So we have either a song that exists already. It looks like Wendy's the only person that's decided to make an original song. She has an original Monkey Marauders fight
I had
song.
some YouTube up there before, the monkey knife fight song that was kind of fun, but it's also fun to create your own, right? I mean,
yeah, well, that's the thing. What we're doing here on BREAKFREE Island is we're breaking you free from your limiting belief system about what you think you need to be doing or who you think you need to be selling to. Because at the end of the day, it's about finding who your avatar is. Your avatar is the person that you came to planet Earth to serve. Every single person has a counterpart that they're here to work with work for, I guess you could say. Like, we're here to serve that one specific person. For me, it's the younger version of myself, not physically in age, but the version of Jonathan that thought he had to leave teaching because teaching only paid so much money, but the nightclub had women, it had drugs, it had alcohol, it had fun, right? So like, it had all those things that I wanted. I didn't think I could have health, wealth, and fun by going in the education route. And I now know through school that it is possible. And I've created it here. And damn, at 36 years old, I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel the best. My mood is risen. Again, I was diagnosed major depressive disorder, bipolar 2, with anxiety. I was pumped on pills. I was called an alcoholic. I was called a drug addict. You know, my first suicide attempt was in 2010. And then now we're looking at 2024. So 14 years of in and out of hospitalizations we're talking overdoses, slits, duct tape around the face. I've tried every way to kill myself, and it hasn't worked. So I now know.
School is saving lives.
Yes,
There's other stories that are similar. Yeah.
From where I am now and from making that glass of lemonade, when I physically saw the vision that I'm here to get to that version of Jonathan before he went that route, and to show him, hey, we can have fun, guys. We can do this. So let's just jump into the points. So what I've done is, if you've seen the documentary Fyre Fest, right, that Ja Rule shit show of where they basically were getting an island for people and then they did it all wrong. I watched that for research purposes to know what not to do, right? So with that being said, they had a really cool marketing tactic where all the influencers posted the one orange square with just Fyre Fest, right? And it blew up. So I have a very interesting theory that what we're doing here is we're now doing what's called the BF33. So I make the copy for us every single day at 5 o'clock. I release the 10 posts we're doing throughout the day. Each post earns you 10 points. Again, you don't have to post it. We have a specific time frame that I've created for us so that we're hitting everybody around the globe 24 hours. Because again, Break Free Island is on 6 of the 7 continents, and we're aiming for 7 of 7. So we got to find somebody in Antarctica. I'm pretty sure you referred me, but haven't gotten to it yet. So with that being said, you're going to get my post right here. And then I use a specific software called Blaze. I can get you guys the link for that. That does my social posting. So what'll happen is Blaze will give me the imagery. It'll give me the messages, right? So here I'll know that based on my posting schedule that I've created for Break Free Islanders. So there's our posting schedule. This explains why we post, who we're trying to reach. And I explain everything that I do. So when I do something, I show you in a pop culture reference or a history or something that's going to help us relate. Because again, I did start my master's in education. So I do have that background knowledge on how to connect on an educational standpoint. Unfortunately, that was where my first suicide attempt did happen, with the duct taping my face shut, was in my master's program. But we'll talk about that at another time, right? Let's get back to the points. So then you have the Island Supports Me. So not only are you getting points to share Break Free 33, which again, that's the 33% link. So if you're sharing that and we're taking over for the next 90 days of social media, and every single Islander is posting the exact same image and the exact same copy, the exact same hashtags, right? We're going to take over. It is inevitable. It is about taking small, consistent action over time, right? We're monumentally going to change the game by the end of this corridor. So jump on board and have some fun with us with that, right? But now we also say the Island Supports Me because we want to promote your brand and your call to action. So what does that mean? That means anytime you share your post on your social media and you give us a link on the community for us to then go out, follow, and like you, thus boosting your algorithm, you're going to score points on my island towards the Ember Zone. And then the winning ship is called the Golden Guardians. So with the Golden Guardians, you actually don't even have to play once and you can still be titled a Golden Guardian because you're just luck of the draw got on Wendy's ship and Wendy happens to win. Then you're going to get some fun prizes and be invited to that award ceremony. And again, that award ceremony will happen in Q1 of 2025. And I'm working on the deets for that. So I'll let you guys know kind of whether it's going to be in an island, actual island, or if we're going to go rent a ship. Because it's going to be one of the two. Right now, I'm talking to one of the other islanders, Christina, who captains the ship. And she runs wild on Belize. So there's a potential that we're going to choose Belize as our first award ceremony location. But again, that's still up in the air. So don't quote me on that. Now, again, you're going to score points for what we call bringing on a tourist or bringing on an islander. So every single person on Break Free Island has that link to share a 7-day free trial. So if you go to breakfreeisland.com / and then what Wendy's is specifically, Wendy has her own link. You'll be able to click on Wendy's link. Wendy will be rewarded 33% of that MRR every month until that person cancels, which is going to generate revenue for Wendy from the island so she can then reinvest in herself, right? We have over 100 coaches on the island, which means, let's just say you really want to work with someone, but their price point's a little high. Now you have a goal that you can get to because you have a way for my business to give you physical capital in order to then reinvest in an LLC for yourself to go take your family on a vacation. I don't care what you do with the money. I just want to give you the money, right? Show me the money. So that's my whole point, right? Like, everybody keeps asking why I'm giving away 51%, but it's not about like the personal income, right? Like, I have nothing myself, but my business is what I'm building because the business is what's going to outlast me. So, yeah, that's why I've decided to give away the 51%. Oh, and I didn't finish. So on top of Gabby from the 3, so if we were doing the math, right, 33, 3 all the way up. And then goes Gabby, myself, and then I have decided to put my mother at the top. In reality, my mom doesn't have a retirement plan. So, like, let's just make this my retirement plan for my mom. So,
that's a big part of my motivation too, is designing, a place for all of my other Gen X friends that have nothing, and an animal sanctuary, and a place for supporting humanity and caring people, right? And giving back. Give first. Give to get.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, they talk, I mean, I'm not baptized, right? So when I speak about various things, and I say God or I say universe, or I speak from an experience of speaking to spirit, right? Like, I killed myself in 2016. I was in an ICU, physically talking to a 3-dimensional ghost, right? 3-dimensional spirit. So I could physically touch and feel. And, not only that, but the voices, right, of making lemonade. So, for me, I also understand it from a quantum physics standpoint, right? Like, if you break down everything around us, it's literally just protons, neutrons, electrons. So we're all the same makeup, thus we are one. It is just basic science. So I understand that we come from one, and that's where I fight for, right? I fight for the unity of what we are. So every day I'm doing things specifically for the Islanders because they've at least resonated with my frequency of light and sound. And that is something that's important to me, is if someone sees that it's time to wake up and time to break free from this job that we've created, this just over broke system, then we're winning, right? And that's why I'm putting money in your pocket, because I want you to be able to go through the island and hire the other teachers and to work with those experts as you level up. Because again, you have to level up, right? Like, I started this from a jail cell and a DUI and a suicide attempt in March, and taking an unemployed, right? And taking that and doing magic with nothing. So every single human being has the same power and capability that I have. If you can see it, you can see it, you can see it, right? If you can see it in your mind, you can see it on paper, then you can see it in your reality. And that's what I'm doing here with Break Free Island. I know where I'm getting to. I've already seen the future. I already know where Sylvan Ember and Jon Myers, the persona, exists. I just have to take the actions to get there. And that's what this game is all about, is making myself better. So I play this game with everybody as well, which gets us into the next path of health.
Yes.
So with Bites and Brews, Wendy got the priviness of having one of my mocktails the other day. Wendy, how was that mocktail for you?
Delicious, absolutely delicious. Had one month ago today as well, on Friday, September 13th at the school headquarters. That was delicious.
It's been a month since you asked me to come up to Sacramento. Wow.
That's right. That's right. So
yes, and I am off to the next location in 2 weeks, so you'll be seeing me here with Wendy, and then I'm off to meet and help another Islander with some of their things in Reading. So that'll be exciting for that. But let's get into Bites and Brews, because Wendy's going to get some fun stuff for the next 2 weeks from me while I'm here. Again, Bites and Brews, that's where we're testing out real recipes, right? So the Islanders are sharing recipes that they have, that they're doing at home. They're earning points for this. And what this is doing is, it's, we have the virtual side of it. Now we're taking it to the reality. We're making, we're eating, but you're also now submitting recipes that can potentially go on the island's menu, right? And then anything that someone does that gives to the island gives back. So I'm all about if somebody's item is what's being sold, they're going to get a cut of everything. So when it comes to like the clothing, I have an islander that I'm going to be giving a cut of that because they're going to be involved in the clothing designs. If your food items are being shared on the menu, that's your signature dish, you'll be getting a cut of that revenue. So anything that you give to the island, the first law of alchemy, right? The law of equal exchange. You got to give to receive. So as we give, we receive. As we receive, we give. It's just this constant, sustainable flow on the island. The island is an entity of its own, which now brings me into the 100 push-up challenge. I started this 100 push-up challenge back in April, and it began with one push-up. Just one. Not the whole 100 in a day, one that day. And what it's doing is it's starting momentum. You just need momentum. A lot of the time, so many of us get stuck and we're like, well, if I have this, I can do that. Well, if I have this, I can do that. Well, if I do this, I can do that. What you need to do is you need to become in the state of be, do, have. What does that mean? That means you need to be the persona that you want to be. I made up Sylvan Ember in my mind in January and said, that's my billionaire name. That's my billionaire persona. That's my author name. That's who I'm going to run with. And the only reason why I stopped using Sylvan Ember was, various fear-based situations that came across. And that's why I went the philanthropy route. And I thought I had to do those things. And I'm only now getting back to my roots with Sylvan Ember. So with that being said, this push-up challenge is about teaching you that if you take small actions every day, just small actions every day, it starts to build momentum. This also teaches you about compounding interest in your finances. So this push-ups is not even about the physical act or the form of your push-up. So everyone's like, oh, can you help me correct my push-up form? I can, as a licensed, former licensed personal trainer, but it's not about your form. I'm doing upside down. I'm doing them one-handed. I'm doing them in certain ways where you put your hands, because if you didn't realize, when you're doing push-ups, depending on where you put your hands, it actually works out a different muscle group. Fun fact. So I'm doing every kind of style of push-up because it has nothing to do with the push-up itself. The losing weight and the getting tone is a byproduct of the education you're getting about compounding interest. Your mind and your body are simple, right? Your mind is a computer. Your body is a chemistry set. What you eat, right? However, if you take two food items and you eat them at the same time, it creates a different chemical reaction than if you just had one food item and ate it. What you put in is what you get. The energy that's created does certain things. Certain foods do certain things. That's why we talk about mocktails and the magical side of it with the aqua amore alchemy. So back to the push-ups. So with the push-ups, right? Like, I have lost all my body fat and I've toned from walking, but the push-ups themselves is where I'm starting to see true muscle definition that I didn't know existed at 36 years old. Bringing us now to the Kiss challenge. That's the share tea, a cup of herbal tea or Kiss lemonade. The reason why that's separate from Bites and Brews is because this is literally the secret sauce, right? Like, if you're drinking herbal tea and you're drinking lemonade, you're not going to need that food, right? When you're eating physical food, you're grounding yourself. What we're doing here is we're raising our frequency on the island. And we do that through reprogramming our mind. Much like I just said, our body's a chemistry set. Our mind is a computer. Our thoughts are the programs running in the background. How you are as a computer programmer, right? I wrote my first computer program in 2002. I was teaching seniors how to program computers when I was a freshman, which got me beat up and thrown in trash cans. But hey, that's not, again, story for another day. So programming is passionate, something that I've learned back as a young man. Now I understand that I can do that with my body. So you can reprogram your mind by having affirmations said or by speaking highly about yourself. So I teach, how we communicate is actually very important for that. We'll jump into that, I believe, in a little bit in the fun side. Moving on is the 10K step challenge. What that is again, we talk about how drinking the lemonade is important. You also need to be walking. So if you're submitting your screenshot of your steps by the end, at least one time during that 24 hours, it'll count towards whatever day we're competing on. Remember, you can't submit two for the same day. So let's just say it's 5:30 p.m. Tonight, which would now technically be the 14th. Well, if you submit it before that 5 o'clock, it'll count towards the 13th. If you submit it after, those points will count towards the 14th. Either way, you're going to get credit. It just depends on what day that it counts to. And then now if you just get started immediately and you're taking action, now you're getting points every
Just start. Don't get bogged down in all the details. Just start.
Yeah, I think that's where I lost my train of thought. Again, from that car accident where I smashed my face.
Yeah.
My nickname's Dory. So if I lose my train of thought, it's because I really am just like or squirrel, right? Like that's kind of where my head's at. So just bear with me. I have a lot in here to work on and work with, which gets us into path number 3, which is fun. So I encourage everyone to get a blog going, either on their website or through Medium. If you're not familiar with Medium, Medium's a great site. You pay about $12 a month to have a premium membership. And what that means is you can paywall your articles. And when you paywall an article, that's what's called something that's an evergreen. An evergreen means that you're going to be making money on it forever, right? So you write the article once, and it could be a year from now, and someone reads that article, you're going to get a cha-ching because you're going to get paid. So as long as you maintain your membership with Medium, and I just paid for the whole year up front when I first started this, so I wouldn't have to have that monthly recurring. I just get it checked into my Silver Member bank account once a month, just from the writing that I've done back in March, April, May. So as you continue to write, you'll continue to build real revenue, right? And now as the Islanders, when we have multiple people on Medium, we can go to each other's sites and read and comment, and now we're facilitating even more money for each other. So there's a very much one hand washing the other on the island, where we're boosting each other's social medias, creating that algorithm so that way we skyrocket as one team, right? Break Free Island rises together. Think about it like Ricky Bobby Shake and Bake. We're doing the slingshot here. We're getting some drag going. I'm getting in front, and then we're slingshotting our teachers to the next level, because we've created this system here on Break Free Island, right? The Break Free family. So everybody here is working towards one massive goal, which is to grow, right? So the next thing would be grow with me. So when you post a 30-second video on your social media or directly to the wall about something that you love, this is to teach you how to get in the habit of just taking action. My biggest motto is done is better than perfect, right? As someone who's got a marketing side and a branding side, rebranding is possible. So just make the first brand, because if you don't give me something to work with, I can't work with anything.
You just rebranded a little bit, and I just changed my ship. I mean, everybody pivots here and there and refines and realigns, and that's part of growth.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and then another cool thing that we teach is like, you can add it to YouTube, make it private for now, and then when you're ready to share, you share. But this is all about, again, these items that I've put into this game. It's not about what's on the surface, right? Like what we see on the surface is a specific task, but what's behind it is it's something of you that you didn't know existed. We're really breaking you free from that lower vibrational frequency, that red, orange, yellow, breaking you free into that heart, that abundance energy.
Show us that classroom.
Yes, let's get in there. Well, the last thing is the island fun. So if you share anything on your wall, think about like when you're at Hogwarts and they're like 10 points for Gryffindor. So if you share something cool, even though you think it might not be, worthy of points, it actually is. So anytime you share that value, and value to me is something about you. If it's something that makes you smile and I see your aura and I see you light up, that means you're doing something right. And then finally, we just have a bonus. So we do our webinars. So every single Thursday, an expert is going to be speaking, right? So every single Thursday on this calendar, you'll be able to see a featured expert. So we have Lorena coming up the following week. We have David. We just had Jared on to do copy. Wendy will be featured on one of these weeks as well. We have Gabby coming up at the end of the month. So when you join the island, you get access to all this for free, right? Like it's not for free, right? It's the price point of getting on the island, but you get it as an inclusive price with the island, is the access to our expert webinars, as well as we have a Q&A every Tuesday with Gabby and myself. So let's get into this classroom. So as you can see here, this is all my own imagery. This is my AI art. This is the 3 paths of Break Free Island. You have Break Free Abundance, Break Free Wellness, or Break Free Activities. So you have things like the wealth path, right? We have our health path and we have our fun path. You come down the abundance path, you're going to need to know who your avatar is. Again, when I say avatar, that's that person. If you shut your eyes right now and you're about to, you're sitting down at your coffee table in your favorite coffee shop and you're about to take a sip and you look across the table, who do you see that you're having a conversation with that lights up and is passionate about what you're doing? And 9 times out of 10, it's usually the younger version of yourself, right? Like the younger version of Jonathan might actually be a 75-year-old woman, but she's just finally at that place in her life, right? It could be a 23-year-old man. I know that I'm specifically going to help those that thought that education was not the path that they can make money on. And I'm here to show you that it's that limiting belief is nothing. You can break free from that. And you know, Lorena's avatar might be someone different. Wendy's avatar is different. Every single person has one specific avatar they came here to serve. Because if you build something for everyone, you've built something for no one, right? Like, we're not here, I'm here to change the world, right? But not from a massive scale. I'm here to do the inner work on myself and focus only on what I need to focus on. But simultaneously, we have Wendy who's doing the inner work and focusing on Wendy and Wendy's avatar, and Lorena and David. And as the Islanders all do this together and we work on ourselves internally, externally, our world is going to change. Because again, as above, so below. The words that we speak out into existence, that vibrational frequency is what's being picked up upon and what's actually manifesting the realm around us. And that's, you know, from a quantum level. But let's dive back into this. I could talk about quantum on
happier, healthier humans.
Yes, exactly. That's what it's about. We're tapping in. We're taking you from where you are right now, and we're giving you a quantum leap. We're breaking you free. Breaking free is not this, like, you know, small thing. It's you have to take a choice, and you have to make the decision to say enough's enough. Like, I'm here, I'm showing up, let's do this. So you're going to need to do some research. You're going to need to start a business. You're going to need to build a website. When you build a website, well, you might need SEO help. Well, we've got Ryan for that. I've got my own research I throw in here for you guys. Let's jump back into the classroom. Let's just say you want to relax. So you're going to go to the Zen zone. Well, Gabby's going to give you a 5-minute guided meditation. Anna's going to help you with crushing your energy. I myself, as someone that's constantly in a go state, I love music. Again, remember, guys, what we are is just from the double slit experiment, where light being observed and sound frequency. So like the sounds that we listen to around us affects our human form. So when you're listening to low vibrational frequency music, right, the majority of what we have in our world is geared to keeping us down. I look for songs that bring my energy up. So we've taken one of our Islanders, Darnell, who maybe didn't see his own potential, and I call him DJ Darnell. So now if you go to the 24/7 dance party, I can go to DJ Darnell, and I mean, he's writing now. Like, he's inspiring me with various, like, actual songs. And again, this doesn't always have to be about, like, going and having to pay for something or like having to level up that way, right? Like, you have the community wall here to ask questions, right? Like, I can't afford keeping you stuck. There's events like we're doing right now. So we have pop-up events, which just happened. We have ships flying. So you can see here, each of these teams, they're flying their ships. So you can see in the various categories, if you wanted to see what's going on in winning, you can see that we're now top 500 on the planet.
That's what I was forgetting. We broke the top 500. That was super exciting.
Yeah, so in order to reach the discovery in communities, you must be the top 1,000. So the only way you're going to get seen is if you make it to the top 1,000. We've been fighting that barrier for some time. And then let's go to the community, just so you have a really just idea. These are the numbers of teachers. There's 161,000.9 teachers. So I myself have 3 schools. So if you times that number by 3, that's 600,000 schools. Let's just say some of us have more. I've built way more in the past. Hypothetically speaking, there's around, I don't know, 500,000 classes, right? 500,000 schools. So out of 500,000 schools, I would say that rank of 478 is not bad. That's the first time I'm seeing that number. So let's go.
Well, last time I did a search on the search term women for my Women of Wellness Leaders Network community. We broke the top 1,000 in 20 days. And the last time I did a search under the term women, there were over 18,000, almost 19,000 community results returned for the search term women. So school is growing. The first time I did that, it was like 14,000, then it was 16,000, and now it's getting closer and closer to 20,000.
Yeah, I did the math on, like, if we stay at the rate that school's staying at, like, it's going to hit a very high number very soon. So we're in a great position right now.
Exponential growth.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and that's the thing. So now we have, like, you know, Aaron and my mom have been the financial backing for myself. Like, when I haven't been able to eat, like, they've sent me money so I can eat, right? So I built this so my mom can break free. But we have,
now
like,
you've built systems.
And I also build systems, yes. So we have like I said, I wrote my first computer program in 2002. It was a slot machine. I now have over 13 GPTs on the island right here for you guys, and I'm also writing more. I personally am a systems developer. I love working with computers. I hack hardware. I mean, I forget what year it was, but I hacked a toy from the 1980s to read my own brainwaves through my computer, just for fun. So you can actually find that on my Instagram somewhere. But yes, I also do systems. So I have my own system, BreakFree Systems. So this site is breakfreesystems.ai. So I have my own CRM. So you can join with me. I can walk you through how to set up your CRM. So with our CRM, you have the capabilities of doing social posting. So you can cross-post to all your platforms at once. So I give you the copy, you then just add that in and you walk away. Now it's set for you. You can set months in advance. So you can literally do less, travel more, and automate your business. What I'm doing here is I'm breaking you free from all these remedial tasks. So we offer things like your CRM access, get back your time. I have basic support that I'll do. Again, this is about assessing and automating, discovering your bottlenecks, systemizing your growth, building your success system, and then reclaiming your freedom. My whole concept is on the premise of give a man a fish, right? Teach a man to fish. Or I can just, give you the fishing pole and just tell you to go figure it out. So that's kind of where I'm at, right? Like I have 3 ways that I can help you because again, remember, law of equal exchange, something must be given to receive. So I have ways where if you're not financially ready for me to do all the work for you or do the work with you, I can at least give you the basic software for you to try out. And we actually offer a month trial versus Go High Level's typical 14 days. So you can come on with us and we'll give you a full month to work it out. And if you wanted to get one-on-one calls, captains actually get free sessions with me. So Wendy gets an hour a week to learn how she's going to be playing with the CRM. Because again, every one of the captains, because every single one of their ships is going to be an LLC, they'll be using the Go High Level that I have for their team. So the Monkey Marauders will have their own CRM access where she'll be then able to link all of her social media and then cross post right there and start to learn how the CRM works. On top of that, the CRM actually has an ability for you to create your own certifications, like actual certs you can send people. It has the ability for you to not only email and communicate, there's so much app capabilities. It's growing. So if you want to talk to me about CRM, we can do that.
Let's just sum it up and simplify and create those final kernels that you want to leave everybody with, Jon.
Yeah.
Because this has been a lot. It's been overwhelming. It can be overwhelming to dive into a new platform, but there's so much going on. And the great thing about the replay is you can watch it again, you can slow it down, you can speed it up, you can get those kernels. So don't forget to use that capability, the replay, and be sure to come into the communities, reach out to Jon or I on any of the platforms, and we're going to just go over it again here in a quick kernel summary. You can break free to live the life you love. Break free to a better you. Break free with BreakFree Island. Right, Jon? Sum it up. What's your pitch? Your 30-second elevator
30
pitch.
seconds. Basically, it's, if you want to get fit, boost your mood, and grow your brand without hitting the gym or spending hours on busy work, right? I've laid everything out for you. You don't, granted, I like going to the gym. It is fun. It's where you can socialize. I actually will join a gym specifically for Zumba only. But the point is you can work out from your desk, from home, with our, systems. You can take your own walks where you're going to meditate, learning about yourself. This is about removing all these, what should I be doing and all this chaos of not knowing. It's in a step-by-step plan, right? There's no, although I may have overwhelmed you with my massive mind, and I understand that's why Gabby was the reason why this works, because she's literally my translator. So we probably should have had her on the call, because yo estoy hablando español. I'm basically speaking Spanish when I talk out loud. So, and I understand that. So that's why it's been such a great help to have Gabby. But, and just to sum it up, right? We're here to help you just break it free from any limiting belief you may have had about yourself. Let's figure out what your purpose is, why you came to this planet, why you chose to be born, right? Why you incarnated here. Why are we here? Let's ask those powerful questions. And when we ask, powerful people ask powerful questions. So I want to ask powerful questions with you, and I want to work with you to get you to that place where you feel like, wow, I know my mission on this planet and I'm good. I'm ready to serve. And that's where I feel every day since I made that glass of lemonade. I wanted to die every day. That urge to daily to go from that to where I'm at right now is a feeling that I want to be able to give to someone else, right? Find your passion, find your purpose, find your reason. Everything else is white noise.
So good. So we've got the solutions and the systems and the support to help you grow, to help you flourish and blossom and spread that radiant light that you have within. I do hope you'll come join us. Again, it is a 7-day free trial. So you really have nothing to lose. Come explore and bring a friend or two as well. Any final words of wisdom, just on a personal level? Anything you want to share? Any special somethings you want to put out there, Jon?
Honestly, you just got to keep it simple, students. Done is better than perfect.
That's right. Get going, keep going, enjoy the journey. And thank you so much for being here again, Jon. I look forward to growing with you, getting some tiny trainings going on in the classroom soon. And I'm sure we will have a nice round table of the teachers and the shipmates and the other fabulous folks of Break Free Island coming together here soon in more of a roundtable discussion to introduce you to some of them all together in one little ship right here. So,
well, yeah, we actually have our ship, right? We have the Break Free Island cruise ship. So we're all coming in on one massive ship.
All right. And yeah, one last thing, you can start your school with this link right here, school.wisewithwendy.com. Hop on in to Break Free Island. Come back next week for another fabulous episode of Sunday Skool. Meanwhile, make it a great day the wise way. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Peace.